people, including men, get more emotionally invested in that what they've consistently put their efforts in, that what they had to earn. And the opposite is true. Usually we don't value that what came easily. For women, it's very important. We are more oriented towards the result. We want to make sure something is going to be consistent, stable, and that there is nothing absolutely wrong with you. It's just in our nature, right? Men, however, they are oriented on the opposite, not on the result itself, but on the this bridge, this gap, this challenge, this pursuit toward something that they are working hard for, that what they value. The biggest mistake, however, is not necessarily choosing the wrong man, but auditioning for love, for relationship where he hasn't earned his place in your life yet. Hi there, my name is Olga Gurianova and welcome back to my channel. So one of the biggest mistakes that women make is auditioning for a relationship, auditioning for love, trying to prove themselves worthy. My love, you are already worthy by your birthright. Whatever desires you have, whatever wishes, dreams, unconditional love and fulfilling relationships, you are worthy of it by your birthright. You do not need to prove yourself to anything or anyone. The moment you try proving yourself to someone, the moment you lose your value. The moment you try to be liked and thinking, what do I do for him to like me? You already losing your value. Proving yourself, being a good girl. By the way, all of this is coming from old childhood conditioning where either parents, teachers, society taught us women, taught you to be good girl, taught you to be nice, not to be too loud, not to speak your truth, try to show up. However, we do not need to dig in the traumas in the past for you to be happy and complete right here and right now. And all we have to do is to make an identity shift. And that is exactly what we are working on, is exactly what we're doing inside of my one-on-one coaching program. So if you're interested, you can schedule a one-on-one consultation session with me first. So another thing that is, start texting men first, trying to initiate everything, initiating text, initiating calls, trying to be controlling, being jealous, thinking that someone is going to replace. You are irreplaceable, unforgettable woman when you are simply the best version of yourself. You don't need to be better than anyone. You try too hard to compete, to prove, to over-explain yourself to make him like you. And what secure, confident, high-value women do instead is they are not trying to be in a rush. They are not in a rush to secure the relationships. They know that if they are going to take on this masculine role of trying to be too pushy, too clingy, controlling, right? Texting first, staying on the phone calls for hours with a man who didn't even earn that privilege yet to take so much of your time. The most important thing is to be self-sufficient, to have your own life, to have your own hobbies, friends, interests, and things that you enjoy doing. Love always starts with you. It starts from within. When you love yourself, when you make your own cup full, you are not operating in this world from the energy of I need something, I need someone, please give me, please pick me. You are not in that energy. You are in the most magnetic, in the most luxurious energy, because energy is your most expensive asset, is your most important thing that you have, your energy and your time. And as a high value woman, you are not in a rush. You don't even have a thought that someone is supposed to come and save you. Love starts with you. You love yourself unconditionally. You give yourself everything that you wish for. If you would be already in a committed, long-term, loving, caring relationship with a high-value, generous man who fully takes care of you, who wants to create life, create experiences, you are not settled for less. Also, you are not afraid to move on or to let go of something that doesn't feel aligned with you and doesn't feel aligned with your values, with your life that you've created or that you're currently creating. It doesn't matter. What matters most is your emotional peace, is your peace, and your state of mind, your energy, your beauty, your own interest, your own life. High value men looking for someone who can share the life, the peace that they've built, that they've created. So if something's dragging you down, if something doesn't make you feel like flying, if someone doesn't feel like yours, letting go, right? Detaching and letting go, and not having any doubts, fears, or self-limiting beliefs, thinking that you are not gonna meet the best. The high value woman also has an abundance mindset. She knows that if this is not it, there is going to be always something better. There is always something more coming. There's always more than enough. She would not cling to one situation, would not try to hold on to something that your body already can feel that is not yours, right? Be that woman, that man saying, oh my gosh, I want this woman in my life. I want to learn more about her. She feels secure. She feels like her energy is expansive, like she values herself. And he think, how do I make her to like me? How do I make her to go on a date with me? The love language of a high value woman is consistency. She doesn't allow this chemistry, glasses, the pink clouds, and everything just feels and looks amazing. However, later on, when the real routine and life starts, chemistry is not what's going to sustain the long-term and committed relationships. Therefore, she lets time to reveal who he is. She is not being too available. She is not planning. She's not initiating. She doesn't do anything to help him to take on his masculine role to lead the relationships. She lets the man lead. She's observing how he is treating her on a consistent basis, not only when it is comfortable and convenient, right, the first 3 dates, but also later on during all the stages of the relationships. So the major shift that you must make, identity shift from asking how do I make him to like me, to he shown me with consistency, with his efforts, that he has earned access to experience me, be able to feel not just by words what I bring to the table, but genuinely experience all of me, all of my emotions, all of my feelings, right? So that is why it's very important to let time reveal who man is. So here are other few suggestions to how to be more emotionally grounded, how to practice that emotional regulation, right? Because again, chemistry, yes, there is absolutely chemistry in the beginning. However, high value woman does not allow the chemistry to lead her decisions. Stop being in a rush. Instead, create emotional connection first. Let time reveal who he is. Let him fall in love with your personality, with who you are. And you are a magnificent human being who doesn't try to prove her worth, because you are already worthy by your birthright. And not being in a rush, not trying to be controlling or clingy to one man, to one situation, to one result, to one outcome. And by the way, most often you get the desired resultant outcome is when you detach from that outcome. So also, don't react, influence. Most of the time, we are reacting when he says something, when he does something, right? And we react. And what does it do? Again, losing your value. You are showing him that it was so important for you, for example, that he texted you at a certain time, that he gave you a call, and you reacted. That is going to drain your energy and also slow down that chase, that pursuit. And for men, it's very important, the pursuit. And if you are taking away his masculine role, trying to be too controlling, not just of him, but just in a situation, controlling all of the life in general, having too much responsibility on yourself. In the balanced masculine and feminine union, it's of course the masculine who has to have that take responsibility. Stop initiating, instead observe his actions, give it time, give him a space, instead of trying to be planning and initiating. Don't give yourself away too soon. Receive. A woman's primary role and the right energy is receiving energy. So when you stay in the receiving energy, instead of trying to just giving and start receiving more, it don't have to be anything big. It can be even compliments or people opening doors for you. Someone gives you chocolate or buys you coffee, and receiving the gratitude. Consistency is your love language. It's only through a man's consistency that you will know his intent and know who you are to him. And the identity shift, like we already said, is not thinking about how do I make him to like me. It is if he has shown you consistently, if he is able to lead the relationship that you desire. And this is exactly what I discuss in my No More 50-50 Masterclass for a woman who is tired of over-proving herself, over-giving, validating herself, and over-investing her emotions, her thoughts, and her efforts on the relationship or on men who haven't yet earned access, who haven't earned the privilege. She gives them probably the privilege of being a girlfriend or even wife when she's not, when she hasn't received that level of commitment. That's why my No More 50 Masterclass will teach you and will show you the subtle signs to look for in the early stages of the relationships, or if you are already in the relationships, how to activate a man's provider and hunter's instinct, and how to stop splitting everything, to stop being in a 50-50 relationships dynamics, and how to become the woman that man values, pursues, commits, and provides for. So I'm going to leave the link in the description. Also, if you are interested to dive in deeper and would love personal guidance, coaching, and assistance, schedule a free one-on-one coaching session with me prior to stepping into my one-on-one program. All right, my loves, I hope this was helpful. Thank you for your time. Like the video, subscribe, share it with your friend, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.